Hello and welcome back to Motivation Audio Lab. I'm so glad we can spend this time together. Today, we are going to talk about our most incredible asset, the one that sits right behind our eyes and orchestrates our entire reality, our brain. So many of us accept things like brain fog, forgetfulness, and a lack of mental energy as just a normal part of life or aging. But what if I told you that your brain is not a static object? What if it's a dynamic, living thing that you can actively train, nourish, and strengthen, just like a muscle? Today, we are going to learn exactly how to do that. Let's begin. Think about the last time you felt a moment of brain fog. That frustrating feeling of slow, fuzzy thinking, where your thoughts feel like they're moving through mud. It's a deeply human experience. In our fast-paced world, we demand so much from our minds, yet we rarely think about how to properly care for them. We want the output, the focus, the creativity, the sharp memory without providing the right inputs. It's like expecting a high-performance car to win a race when we've filled its tank with low-quality fuel and never taken it in for a tune-up. The modern world is not kind to our brains. It bombards us with constant information, stress, and distractions. But the wonderful news, confirmed by decades of neuroscience, is that our brains have a remarkable ability to adapt, grow, and even rewire themselves throughout our entire lives. This is a concept called neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed. It is constantly changing in response to your actions and your environment. Today, we will learn 5 foundational pillars to guide that change in a positive direction. Our first pillar is perhaps the most obvious, yet the most often neglected. It is fuel your brain, the nutrition connection. Your brain is an incredibly energy-intensive organ. It makes up only about 2% of your body weight, but it consumes over 20% of your body's calories and oxygen. The food you eat is a primary factor in how well it performs. You don't need a complicated diet, just a focus on a few key principles. First, prioritize healthy fats. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and it needs high-quality fats to build and maintain its cell membranes. This means foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like walnuts, flax seeds, and fatty fish, like salmon. These fats are literally the building blocks of a better brain. Second, focus on antioxidants. Your brain's high metabolic rate produces a lot of oxidative stress. Antioxidants, found in colorful fruits and vegetables like blueberries, spinach, and broccoli, are like a cleanup crew that protects your brain cells from damage. And third, manage your blood sugar. A diet high in refined sugars and carbohydrates leads to spikes and crashes in your blood sugar, which directly translates to spikes and crashes in your mental energy and focus. By choosing whole, unprocessed foods, you provide your brain with the steady, premium fuel it needs to operate at its best. Our second pillar is move your body, grow your mind. The power of exercise. For a long time, we thought of physical exercise as something we do for our bodies, and mental exercises as something we do for our minds. Modern science shows us this is a false separation. When you engage in moderate aerobic exercise like a brisk walk, a jog, or a bike ride, you are doing one of the single most beneficial things you can for your brain. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients. More importantly, it stimulates the release of a powerful molecule called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Neuroscientists often call BDNF miracle grow for the brain. It plays a crucial role in the growth of new neurons, the survival of existing ones, and the formation of new connections, or synapses, between them. This is the very essence of learning and memory. You don't need to run a marathon. Studies have shown that even a 20-30-minute walk, 3 to 4 times a week, can have a significant positive impact on your cognitive function and long-term brain health. Our third pillar is about the time you spend unconscious. It is the non-negotiable of sleep. We live in a culture that often treats sleep as a luxury or a necessary evil to be minimized. This is a catastrophic misunderstanding of its function. Sleep is not a passive shutdown. It is an active, critical maintenance period for your brain. While you sleep, a remarkable process occurs. Your brain cells actually shrink, widening the channels between them. This allows cerebrospinal fluid to wash through your brain, clearing out metabolic waste and toxic proteins that accumulate during your waking hours. One of these proteins is beta amyloid, which is famously associated with Alzheimer's disease. Think of it as your brain's nightly power washing service. When you consistently cut your sleep short, you are robbing your brain of this essential cleaning time. The result is brain fog, poor memory consolidation, and emotional instability. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night is not lazy. It is one of the most productive things you can do. Have you ever noticed a difference in your thinking on a day after a great night's sleep versus a poor one? Share your experience in the comments. And please consider subscribing to Motivation Audio Lab for more guides on living a healthier, stronger life. Our fourth pillar is about actively challenging your mind. This is novelty in learning. The neuroplasticity workout. Your brain thrives on new experiences. Just as lifting weights creates micro tears in your muscles that heal back stronger, learning a new skill creates new neural pathways in your brain. This is neuroplasticity in action. The key here is the word novelty. Doing the same crossword puzzle every day is not as effective as challenging your brain with something genuinely new and complex. This could be anything from learning a new language, to picking up a musical instrument, to even something as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk. The goal is to push yourself just outside your cognitive comfort zone. This process of effortful learning strengthens your neural networks and builds what is known as cognitive reserve, a kind of mental buffer that can help protect your brain against age-related decline. Finally, our fifth pillar is a counterbalance to the fourth. It is embrace rest and play, the power of unfocus. Improving your brain power isn't just about adding more stimulation. It's also about giving your brain time for strategic rest. As we've discussed before, when your mind is not actively focused on a task, it enters a state called the default mode network. This is not off time. This is when your brain consolidates memories, makes creative connections, and processes information in the background. This is why you often get your best ideas when you're taking a shower or walking in nature. You must intentionally schedule periods of unfocus into your day. This includes true rest, but it also includes play, engaging in activities purely for the joy of them with no goal or productive outcome. Play is a powerful way to reduce stress, stimulate creativity, and keep your brain flexible and resilient. Let's recap the 5 pillars for improving your brain power. 1. Fuel your brain with healthy fats and antioxidants. 2. Move your body to grow your mind and release BDNF. 3. Prioritize sleep as your brain's essential cleaning service. 4. Embrace novelty and learning to build new neural pathways. And 5. Make time for rest and play to allow for creativity and consolidation. Your simple action for today is to pick one of these pillars and take one small step. Maybe it's adding a handful of walnuts to your diet, or going for a 10-minute walk on your lunch break. Start there. Thank you for joining me in the lab. Your brain is your greatest gift. By nurturing it with these simple, consistent practices, you are investing in a lifetime of clarity, creativity, and mental strength. In our next session, we'll explore the science of why your to-do list might be the very thing destroying your focus. Until then, be well.